people coming back into Northern Lights. Whether they make a choice because they have to leave for their own personal reasons, or we've had situations such as this one where we may have to have that happen, people return. And so even reflecting on the fact that we know in the future that we're going to have that opportunity again, and we're going to be able to bring people back in. And I think also looking at what we've done to prepare for the difficult times, recognizing that we have different streams of business that we've been developing. We have business plans in all our centers to look at opportunities, and already long before the announcements were made and we knew where we sat, teams were innovating. They were thinking about ways of bringing new business in so that they could keep the people who were in those teams in Northern Lights. So, I think that helps to build resilience, that people are focused on what they can do.
Yeah, as opposed to focusing on what they're losing or
yes.
what they can't do.
Yeah, focus on what can be. That's the hope. That hope concept again.
Yeah.
But you are absolutely right. When you work in any of that sort of in a helping role, you need ways to recharge, to build resilience, to be able to do that every day, and our people are no exception.
Yeah. But I think leaders that have the ability to do that, I think, are exceptional. And, when I think about all of the study I've done on resilience and the research I've done over the years on resilience, and I think a lot of people don't realize that what makes us strong is really our practices and habits, on an ongoing basis. So, you might not think, humor in the workplace, well, what does that do? Like, that's, okay, sure, great, we had a laugh for 5 minutes and, move on. But what people don't realize is that actually builds resources, so that laughter for, throughout the day actually can build psychological resources. And when it's almost like filling your bucket, it's filling a bucket and filling a bucket. And then when things do, when tough times do happen, you can then dip into that bucket, but you've still got enough water in there that you're going to survive, you're going to be okay. You're not going to dip into levels of depression or anxiety and things like that. So, I think the humor probably helps. The constant sort of, positivity, open communication, being able to talk about things, relieve stress around things.
Yeah. When you've talked to me about it while going through your studying, having meaningful work, it sounds like everyone here knows they're really involved. They're very important to the work, and that adds meaning to it. Having a team that you're looking forward to going to work because you're going to make some jokes throughout the day. You're going to overcome things together. I mean, you've sort of built on what looks like an ideal model. So I think you should consider making the university not just for internal, but offer it to other people. It sounds like a really wonderful place.
Yeah.
Well, we'll definitely do that.
Yeah.
Once it's fully running.
It's another revenue stream.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, you talked earlier, it seems to me like there's not enough recognition in the workplace, too. You talked about, I know there are a lot of organizations now with some of the financial troubles that are going on that they sort of, put recognition on the wayside. Like one organization I know of has stopped giving, the 25-year present, or like in everybody.
The 25-year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll get one at 50.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Great.
That's right.
That's great.
Or the 10-year gift, people sort of, look forward to some of these, milestones. And now they're, do you know what I mean?
Roll up the rim.
Yeah.
We won't get into what our 5, 10, 15, 20-year...
Does it happen in the basement of a dingy
building?
It can. I mean, now we've moved up to ballrooms, I guess, or bigger facilities. But
we'll simply say that we enjoy wearing what we get.
Oh yeah.
Yes, there's a variety of things, and it has a long-standing history in terms of where these things come from.
But it's not.
Well,
really...
actually, you know what? I will say the 5-year one is the most simplest.
Okay.
And the company was founded in a small town called Minden, Ontario, and one of the landmarks in Minden is the Rockcliffe Hotel. And the Rockcliffe Hotel is a dive, but somehow it got to be famous. Mike Myers has been there,
yes.
So So, 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 somewhere back in, the foundations of the company, somebody, somewhere back in, the foundations of the company, somebody, somewhere back in, the foundations of the company, the boxer shorts and or night shirts that say Rockcliffe Hotel on them became the 5-year award recognition thing, and really, we actually talked about changing that. Have we outgrown it? It came up in this last year, and Val, the founder of the company, actually told a story about, part of the reason we do this is because it helps remind us that we're just people. We're just everyday people. It's part of life. This is, it's a normal sort of nothing extravagant sort of a thing. And I'm not expressing it nearly the way she did, but after hearing her kind of talk about her reasoning, why this started this way, everybody agreed, yeah, let's keep going with the boxer shorts. And
you can only get them in Minden.
Yeah.
You can only get them in Minden. Yeah.
So it honors our roots, right?
Yeah,
Sure.
Well, I love that though, because you're not waiting for the 5-year present, or it's about really everyday recognition. It's about every day just saying, thank you, and appreciating people on an ongoing basis. That is really most important. When you think about it, and that's where you're going to get your most bang for your buck. And it's also good when everybody is doing the recognizing and everybody feels comfortable, appreciating other people. And I think that's the most important thing. Well, you know what? This has just been a great conversation. I could just talk to you guys forever. I think we've given listeners, though, out there a great opportunity to be able to hear. Again, some people think that there's some magic formula, there's a strategy. A lot of the things you talked about have been really simple things, human things, remembering that the people that work for you are human beings and honoring that. So thank you very much for being in the studio with us today. We have Crystal Dolliver, Brian Martin with Northern Lights Canada. Now, if people want to find out more about Northern Lights, how would they do that?
Yeah, www.northernlightscanada.ca.
Great. And if they're looking for a job, is that something?
Yeah, there's all kinds of resources and information there, and how to connect to our local offices. I think you'll find all kinds of information there, and if phone numbers, whatever you need, will be there.
And just stop in. Just come into one of our centers and say hello.
Yep.
Okay, terrific.